Hey guys, welcome everyone. And in today's session, we'll learn about green coding, or we can say green programming. So, guys, if you're watching this video on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever you're watching, pause this video for a while and just type in the description or comment box below this video that have you heard about green programming or not? If not, then watch this video till the end. You'll definitely understand what is green programming. So to explain this topic, what I'll do is I'll share my screen so that you'll understand what green programming is all about. So guys, I'm sharing my screen and you can see this is my screen. Okay, and green coding or green programming, both these terms can be used vice versa. It is about writing programming code, or we can say writing the algorithms of your program that minimizes energy consumption of software, thus reducing the negative impact on the environment. Guys, when I heard this topic, I really shocked, like how the programming is related to environment. But when I gone deep into this particular topic, then I came out with some facts. I came out with some points that will really blow your mind. So, in simple terms, green programming or green coding is the logic, whatever you're writing, that will reduce the consumption of energy while executing that particular code or the algorithm what you have written. So, whenever the amount of energy the consumed to execute that code is reduced, then automatically there will be a lesser impact because you're consuming energy. So now we ask like how the word energy will come into picture. So we all know that computers are electrical and electronic devices, and whatever you see on your screen, that is the amount of the electricity which is passed through various components of your computer system. Is it clear? Because the whole data is represented in the form of bits and bytes, and that's nothing but flow of energy. That's nothing but flow of electricity. So if your programming code is consuming the less energy, then it is having the less impact on the environment. So let's try to understand this in more detail. So let's try to understand how to choose a programming language for developing a project. From that point, we'll start actually. Like the right language is chosen based upon choosing a specific language for your project depends upon the goal you want to achieve. So we cannot suggest C programming language for like for every requirement. We cannot suggest HTML, CSS for every requirement. We cannot suggest Java for every requirement. So the choosing the right programming language will depend upon the goal you want to achieve. Means if your client requirement is to process large volumes of data and give reports, and based upon that reports, if your system wants to take, if the system wants to learn something and give suggestions, that's where the concept of machine learning will come into picture. Machine learning, data science will come into picture for this kind of requirement. Then Python is the best language. But if you want to develop a web application, then .NET, Java, PHP, we can suggest. If the requirement is to produce fast and efficient result, and if your application wants to interact with the machines, then the only programming language which is fast in execution is nothing but C and C++. So we need to choose the programming language based upon the goal you want to achieve. So some of the today's popular programming languages are designed to be fast and efficient. Yes, If you take Java, it is known as platform independent and architectural neutral programming language. Means the Java programming language uses a slogan that write once and run anywhere. Is it clear? Means once a Java program, means by using Java language, if you develop an application for one particular operating system, it is not tied to that operating system. It can be executed on any operating system. That's why you can say write once and run anywhere. If your goal is to develop a web application, then JavaScript is the best choice. And there are so many frameworks available which are built upon JavaScript, and you can design complete the front end and back end like end-to-end web application by using JavaScript. But if your goal is to like process large volumes of data and give decisions based upon that, you want to train your machines based upon data patterns, then Python is the best language. So all these popular programming languages are designed to be fast and efficient, but we are not speaking about how much energy it is consuming in achieving to that goal. And that's where the concept of green coding will come into picture. Green coding is the term which is recently popularized for its environmental intentions and refers to programming code that is written to produce algorithms that have minimal energy consumption. I was really shocked by looking at this. How our program code has an impact on environment, because our program uses energy, that's nothing but electricity to execute that code. And research says that there are two considerations to make this. One is structural ones and second one is the behavioral ones. Structural consideration would encompass the energy measures related to code blocks. Means the amount of code what we have written and the time which is taken to execute the code, the energy which is consumed to execute the code, the space which is taken to execute that code is known as structural consideration. And behavior consideration means would be the energy consumption that is related to the user scenarios. Means how much time taken by a user to send the mail and other user to receive the mail, or how much time taken by a Twitter feed to read it. Means time means again based upon time, the energy also will come into picture. The amount of electricity consumed for that particular requirement will come into picture. So these are the two things which are taken into consideration, structural and behavioral ones. And based upon this, the green coding analysis is done. So the criteria to be a green language means if you want to declare or if you want to consider a particular language as an like pure green language or not green language, then these are the three things are taken into consideration: energy, memory, or you can say space, and time. Means how much memory it is consumed, how much time it is taken, how much energy it has taken. It means how much amount of electricity it is consuming to execute that particular code. So the most green languages are C, C++, and Rust. Most green means they take very less amount of energy to execute a piece of code. And the least green programming languages are Python, Perl, and Ruby. These languages take the highest amount of energy to execute a piece of code. And there are some research in the market. I'll give you the links of those research papers and website links below this video. You can just check it out also if you want to know about this particular concept more deeply. And this is what the table actually says. The energy required by a C program, or we can say the time required, and this is the space required actually. In MB is nothing but this is the space actually. So in terms of energy, the most green programming language is considered as C language, then Rust, C++ like this. And Python and Perl are the languages which consumes the high energy actually. Whereas in terms of time, C takes very less time, like 1.0 you can consider, and Python and Lua language takes the highest time. And in case of memory, actually, like Pascal, Go, C are the languages. Okay, and you can take like Dart, Derby. These are the languages which takes the amount of memory. So to do this research, actually, I've just taken few references. Actually, I'll show you these references also. This is one website. This is the second one, the third one, the fourth one. I'll just give you the overall idea. Fifth one, and your mind will blow away based upon the research what these guys have really done. The whole credit goes to these website owners. We have really done this lot of research, and they have published some articles on this. The most efficient and environment friendly programming languages means you can see here people are writing articles that how programming languages are impacting the environment, and they have written beautiful articles. Actually, you can just go through it. Okay, you can see here which is the most efficient programming language. So you can say, do you know programming languages like Facebook, Netflix, Twitter, WhatsApp, Airbnb, or LinkedIn are written? And guys, you can see C language, they have given the preference actually. It is a widely considered most efficient language, where Python is the most bottom in the list actually. Means when it comes to the energy efficiency, C language is in the top in the list, and Python is the bottom in the list actually. This is one website. And what are the greenest programming languages, and how these programming languages are compared with the environment, and such beautiful articles they have written. So when it comes to ranking, in this ranking, we can see greenest, the most efficient languages are C, C++, Rust, and Java. Although this last one shoots the memory usage. Okay, and in terms of energy, like C, C++, Rust, you can see here, time, C, C++, Rust again, and memory, Pascal, Go, and C. And like this is one website which I have, and this is from the LinkedIn actually. I have taken this from LinkedIn, and they also done some research, the same kind of research only. And then this is one more article is there. C is the greenest programming language. And I'm so happy that I keep on promoting C language. Means it's not that I say you should learn only C language, but my saying is like this. If you want to practice some programming logic, then see, if you want to practice printing of 100 natural numbers or biggest of two numbers, or if you want to practice calculating total and average for inputted three subjects, then why you use Python? Your goal is to learn programming logic. And for learning programming logic, you can use the C programming language, because C programming language is using the less memory, less energy, and less time actually. Is it clear? That is the reason this is the language considered as the most the green programming language. And there is one more article from this Discover. You can see here. Just a minute. Yeah. So they also written some beautiful article on this green coding principles, and what are the criteria to be a green programming language, and the most green and the least green. And this is one more article. So guys, so I'll put links of these websites below this video. So if you want to go deep dive into this, then you can go through these articles. So hope you guys like this small session on green coding and green programming language. And let me know in the comments below this video that Are you hearing these particular terms for the first time, or already you are aware of this green programming language? Thank you so much, and keep coding and keep growing.